Welcome back to the Star X podcast, where we're solving for sci-fi. Right now, X equals...
Gate.
This is a sci-fi rewatch podcast where we are working our way through Stargate SG-1. And this is episode 10. This one's called The Torment of Tantalus. And it aired on October 3rd, 1997. And it was written by Robert C. Cooper and directed by Jonathan Glassner. And why don't we go through the guest cast real quick. Let's see. I had it up. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, guest cast. So we have Elizabeth Hoffman. She plays Catherine Langford. Character from the movie, and Ernest Littlefield that is played by Keen Curtis. Professor Langford is Duncan Fraser, and young Catherine is Nancy Hillis, and Paul McGillian is young Ernest Littlefield. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of fun to see him in this because he gets to be a character later on in Atlantis.
Yes, I was going to mention that later.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't.
I don't know why you jumped the gun.
So, what did you think about the episode?
I liked it.
Initial thoughts. This is a good one.
It's a good one. It's intense. It's sad. It's entertaining. There's some good information. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. I was kind of excited to watch this one because I remember this one as being because there's a lot of cool aspects about this episode that, I mean, we'll get into, but lays a lot of lore for future episodes, but then also you get to see, brings Catherine back in as a big character from the movie. So.
Right.
And then also just her background in the Stargate program, which is kind of brought out a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it also kind of, I don't know, the whole thing, the whole concept is a pretty good concept for this one. So yeah. Anyway, so I agree. I liked it too. I thought it was a good episode.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Always have.
Yeah, I know. I thought so too. Like it's a memorable one for sure.
It's funny, these ones that are coming up in just the very first season are so memorable, and I just don't remember them being so early on.
Yeah, I know.
In the first season.
There's been a couple of these where I've kind of had the same thought, like, well, I feel like this should have come like later.
Yeah.
Like, because it's almost like too good to be too early. I don't know if that makes sense, but like.
No, it does.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we get into the summary?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay. In this episode of Stargate SG-1, Daniel Jackson stumbles across declassified footage from a 1945 Stargate experiment and immediately goes full conspiracy theorist history nerd mode. While everyone else is busy with medical evaluations, Daniel is glued to grainy film reels showing scientists manually dialing the gate like it's the world's most dangerous rotary phone. Then the impossible happens. The gate actually activates and a man in an old-fashioned diving helmet steps through, only for the wormhole to shut down behind him, severing the rope tether, keeping him connected to Earth.
Yeah. So that's kind of big. I mean, so they show that's the first time they've manually dialed the gate, or that you see that it's possible to do that. I think.
And that they were working on it even that long ago.
Yeah, that's like a big thing. 1945. So so you see the dude goes through, and then the gate just like shuts down.
Yes. And this is where I was going to mention that the young guy going through is Dr. Beckett from Stargate Atlantis. Which we'll get to, when we get to Atlantis.
The actor who plays the young Ernest plays Dr. Beckett in Atlantis.
No, that wasn't clear.
No, I know. I'm just saying his name. His name is Ernest in this, Beckett in that.
Paul Gillian.
Paul McGillian, yeah.
Paul McGillian, he
Yeah.
plays Dr. Beckett, Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah, and he does a
And
pretty
he's
good.
such a lovable character
Yeah,
in
it's
Atlantis.
well, and it's funny because I was thinking about that this morning as I was sort of writing this up. How it's funny how the doctor characters are like really lovable characters in
Yeah.
these shows. Like Frasier's really good in this one, and then he's like the doctor in the next one, and he's almost
He's kind of like a favorite character, like
he's like beloved.
both of them. Yeah.
And he is like beloved in that series. Yeah. So good guy.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah. So,
So yeah, they're looking at, or Daniel's looking at this old footage, and doesn't O'Neill kind of walk in
yeah.
and he sees that
And
it's
he's
the
kind
part
of
where,
like repeated failure doesn't interest me, and then all of a sudden the
Then
gate
it turns on
in the video, and they're just like,
of course he walks in
transfixed.
that moment,
Yeah.
even though Daniel's probably looking supposedly at these videos for hours, days.
Yeah. Totally. So, yeah.
So then it's like, oh, and isn't O'Neill basically like telling him to go contact Catherine?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if he might be. I don't remember if he does it inadvertently, but so anyway. Well, so the whole thing is all top secret anyway, right? It's all classified material.
Yeah.
But I don't think he did say go contact Catherine. In fact, I think he was like,
just kind of goes like he's just like there all of a sudden, like the next scene.
Yeah, the next scene. So yeah,
okay. Here, I'll continue. Naturally, Daniel ignores several military regulations and tracks down Catherine Langford, who is horrified to discover the man in the footage was her fiancé, Ernest Littlefield, a scientist she was told died in an explosion decades earlier. Turns out her father may have covered up the truth, and Daniel believes he's found the address of the planet Ernest was sent to. Hammond is furious about the classified leak. Jack pretends he's not involved while absolutely being involved. And SG-1 gears up for what quickly becomes one of the most emotionally loaded missions yet.
So maybe Jack.
I think he kind of like inadvertently was like, "Don't go to Catherine's."
Yeah, wink, wink.
Yeah,
yeah. So and
she's from the movie, the character.
Yeah, she basically runs the Stargate program. She's like what do they call it? Like the civilian side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And General West is the guy who has Hammond's job. He's the guy in the movie, and they bring him up a couple times, just his name.
Right.
But yeah, so she is from the movie, and so she brings this up, or so she knows a lot about the Stargate anyway. So it's kind of like, why would it matter if they talk to her about it?
Yeah, why would they keep anything from her?
Yeah. Well, and so he goes over to her house, and she's surprised to even see him because she thinks he's still on Chulak. So she knows.
Yeah,
nothing.
so she no, not Chulak, but Abydos.
Or yeah, sorry, Abydos.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
But yeah, she obviously knew stuff.
Yeah,
and like, why wouldn't they just keep her updated?
Yeah, no, she wasn't. She was definitely not in.
And
the
so
loop.
she was mad that they had started the whole Stargate program again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So here comes Daniel to fill her in.
Yeah, and it's just funny how she comes walking into the room and he's like putting something back, like he's touching her crap.
Yeah, he's like picking up all of her stuff. What is this? It would have been good if he just dropped it.
Yeah,
she startled him.
Yeah, so I can totally understand why she was upset.
Yeah, I would be too. Yeah, because especially when she and her father was like.
Right.
Who was running it too back in 1945.
Yeah. Well, then they kind of cut a couple flashbacks, and you get a flashback of young Catherine with her father and Ernest and all that. So you kind of see some of that happening, and where Ernest has sort of figured out that the gate symbols are
addresses.
Yeah, like it's an address. So he's way ahead of the game.
I love how every flashback scene that they show of young Catherine, the first scene is like Ernest, they're laying down by the fire and she's like massaging his shoulders. Like, it's been such a long day for you. And then the next flashback, her dad and Ernest are sitting on the table discussing the Stargate, and she comes in with her tray to serve them.
Right.
And they like shut their mouths like, oh, we can't talk about this around her when she's a part of it.
Yeah. Well, she's kind of a tangential part of it, right?
Whatever. I'm
And
pissed.
and then the father's like, you shouldn't be doing this servant job. We have servants for that, and she's like, well, I wanted to do it,
Wait, I didn't hear
You
that.
didn't notice that when she brings out the drinks and he's like, Catherine.
She did not want to do it. I'm sorry.
I think she was trying to just hear what they were talking
see
about.
what was going on.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I think that was more of that. But that's
Instead
what the father
instead of
says.
them just inviting her to the table to be a part of the conversation
it's like
to
the
your
night-
father and fiance.
It's like 1945,
I don't care.
Hey, I agree with you. I agree with you. She should have been involved. She clearly was really smart because she's telling him used instead of using alternating current, use direct current because that's like causing electrical issues, whatever, with the gate. And so he probably goes and tries it, and I bet it works.
Yeah.
It's
why he went through the gate.
It's the
got
typical
stuck.
Hey,
idiot.
it's the typical trope of everything. The woman's the smart one.
Yeah.
And they always like, and the one that's ignored.
Yes. It's annoying.
Imagine if they believed Ripley. I mean, that whole thing would have turned out completely differently. They would have gotten the hell off that planet way sooner.
Yeah.
Tangent, but yeah. So.
So I love that when they get back and Daniel brings Catherine back to the Stargate
to the SGC
base, SGC.
Yeah.
And Hammond is not happy.
Oh, he's
How
so
dare
pissed.
you?
He's so pissed.
He's so mad.
But at the same time,
I mean, understandably, he's a good guy. So, but he's just like, what the hell are you doing?
I'm sure he's kind of like, do these guys not follow any of the rules that I'm supposed to be late? Like, they don't listen to him. And I think that's the frustration. Like, they kind of.
He immediately
do,
turns to
but they
O'Neill
don't.
like, did you know about this? Like, I know you probably had something to do with this.
Well, and then
which he kind of did.
He's standing there and he's introducing Catherine to Hammond, and Jack's like, he's just a big teddy bear, like. And he is.
And they're all coming and hugging Catherine and like, oh, it's so good to see you.
Well, and and that's the other thing. Like, how would Sam know her? Sam has no way of knowing her because she doesn't know about anything.
I think because Sam, when the very first episode, she says that she's been like working on the Stargate program forever, and so wasn't Catherine a part of that?
Maybe
so that's probably how.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what
makes sense.
That was my thought.
Because Catherine wasn't in the pilot, right? We haven't. This is like the first time we've seen her.
Yeah, she wasn't in the
show.
pilot, but she was in the Stargate program.
Right. Well,
probably teaching or whatever she was doing.
She was at least. I mean, we know she was involved.
Yeah, that's how I think Sam knew her.
Sam would know her. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because I was like, well, that anyway. All right.
But they're trying to convince Hammond to go back and get Ernest because now they know the address.
Well, he might be still alive. Kind of thing.
And that pretty much convinces Hammond, even though they keep trying more and more to convince him. He's like, I was already convinced.
Like
I'm still pissed, but
we were gonna do it.
Yeah, like of course we'll go and make sure and he's alive and bring him back home.
Jackson's argument was already like, good enough. Basically.
Yeah.
But I'm still pissed.
But I am General Hammond. Okay, so the team arrives on a storm-battered alien world and discovers Ernest is somehow still alive after 50 years alone. Also very naked. Jack handles this development exactly as professionally as you'd expect. Ernest has survived in the ruins of an ancient structure called Heliopolis.
I think it was Heliopolis.
A mysterious meeting place once used by 4 advanced alien races to share knowledge. Basically, Daniel has accidentally discovered the galaxy's first interstellar TED Talk convention.
Yeah. So poor Ernest.
I know.
How bad would that suck?
All by himself for 50 years.
And
nobody tried. They pretty much had that Stargate just
well, I think they were
Covered
afraid.
up.
I think they were afraid to redial it, maybe. I mean, obviously they were, they just covered up like that he was dead. He got killed in an explosion.
lied to Catherine and didn't even try.
Yeah. I mean, that's
because they obviously were on to something,
Yeah. Well, they'd figured it out. They got the gate dialed. They manually dialed the gate.
Yeah.
Wow.
They could have even tried passing something through, I mean, the first episode, they do that with the Kleenex box, like they could have tried. Well, I guess he couldn't dial from the other side.
Yeah.
But they could have.
Well, he would have had no way of getting back,
Yeah.
but they dialed. I mean, they actually got it to work, and that was like, then they shelved it for years because that doesn't even. And then they get to like the events in the movie.
So sad. But yeah, and then he's like, I love all the reaction. He's naked, especially Sam. She's like, oh my.
Well, she's like, oh boy.
Looking down.
Oh boy. She just walked. She just kind of goes running off.
Well,
So
when
he
he
doesn't
goes,
hug her.
when he goes to hug them all, when he's so sad, when he's just like, are you real? Like he's like making sure they're real. And then he starts crying and hugging them all. When he gets towards Sam, she's like, oh boy.
Yeah. It's kind of like goes walking off to avoid it. Understandably.
Yeah.
I would want to, she probably doesn't want old man dong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, and then he sees Catherine, and then he's like, he's kind of annoyed, like he's pissed at her, like because I
don't
think,
really get it.
Well, I think you find out later that he's sort of
funny.
been imagining her as him being there all these years, and so he's sort of like, and then he actually does see her, and I think he's sort of also upset, like, well, why didn't anyone ever come back to get me? You're here now, and how come it took 50 years?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I thought, because he's probably thinking that she would know what really happened to him.
Right.
But she didn't, because her father lied to her.
Yeah, because father was
she just thought he was dead.
Upstanding guy.
Yeah.
Her father,
So yeah, that's probably totally what it was.
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep going?
Well, and just, then it kind of shows, and it's poor Catherine too, because she has no idea what to expect, obviously. They didn't know if they were going to find it, but now that he's alive, and his reaction was completely
not what she would expect. Yeah.
And it's because he's
kind of funny.
Because he's kind of gotten half nuts.
Yeah.
For, being alone for 50 years.
Yeah, for so long. And so she's kind of in shock for a minute, and
right.
Kind of doesn't want to bother him. I think it's Daniel that goes after him first. Oh yeah, he's like, I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, totally.
As Ernest reconnects awkwardly with an elderly Catherine, who is still processing the fact that her long dead fiance suddenly reappeared after half a century, Daniel becomes obsessed with the incredible discoveries hidden inside the ruins. The team uncovers a holographic language system built around atomic structures and universal scientific principles, suggesting these aliens created a common language based on the fundamental building blocks of the universe itself. Daniel is one notebook away from ascending on pure academic excitement. So it's kind of a cool room.
Yeah, it's cool. It is a good, like, I mean, like the way that they throw it all together, it's a good way of explaining, okay, well, all these races, even though they all speak English to us, would have to use some scientific way of communicating
and coming together. I mean, it looks like it was kind of like a meeting point too.
Yeah, they'd meet, and then it was almost like, okay, well, this is hydrogen for us, and these guys, well, this is hydrogen for us, and our word is this, and our word is this. So maybe that was their way of starting to like figure out how to communicate with each other.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, so, but because the Stargate, the ancient castle's literally collapsing into the ocean during a massive storm.
Oh, yeah, well, it's being sarcastic, but because this is Stargate, is what it's saying. Because
because this is Stargate.
Yeah.
They can't just,
It
have
can't
some
just be a
time
mellow,
to
let's
let's take it back
this.
home and let's come back and we'll do
Yeah.
some studies.
It's got to be peril.
Yeah,
from
because
the
they
beginning.
find out.
They get there the day of the annual storm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to start over. But because this is Stargate, the ancient castle is literally collapsing into the ocean during a massive storm. The dial home device is destroyed, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Leaving SG-1 stranded with only Carter's increasingly desperate engineering skills standing between them and becoming permanent residents of Atlantis before Atlantis. Carter devises a plan to harness lightning to manually power the Stargate, while Daniel wrestles with the temptations to stay behind and continue studying the alien knowledge forever, mirroring Ernest's own tragic obsession decades earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only person helping Sam is Tilk. And he's basically just holding there with the jumper cables. Just tell me where to go. Nobody else can help her.
Look, these guys would have been dead.
They would have been
10 times over without her there to basically keep them from dying. You know? She's literally the engine that runs that team,
she's the only one trying to save them and get them out of there. And Daniel's having his little obsession with the room, and he's like, I'm not gonna leave, I've got to figure this out. And O'Neill's trying to talk him down. So is Ernest, trying to talk him down, even though Ernest has his own issues and he's trying to reconnect with Catherine and all these things.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Sam's like, I got it. I'm
going to be working on my... I thought they were going to tap into that the other pedestal thing for the energy. I don't know why they didn't just do that.
Yeah. Well, they did, didn't they? That's what they did do.
I think they used electricity.
From that.
Oh, I thought they were.
Well, then
what was the point of the lightning? Using the helmet to draw the lightning down. Oh, maybe
I don't know.
Missed
maybe
something.
We just kind of, because I swear they pulled Daniel away from it. Remember, he was upset, and from the pedestal, he's like, "Step away from the pedestal, Daniel." And Tilk shot it, but it was like they were going to do something with it to get the power.
Maybe route the power or something.
Yeah, I think they were using because they had drilled a hole or they had a little hole in the wall. They were pulling the cords through that was attached to that.
I wonder why they needed the lightning.
He would be dead too.
Or maybe you know what? Maybe it didn't power it enough because maybe that's what the lightning. Because remember how it started to light up, and then it didn't. Yeah, it kind of went dead. So apparently they needed the back to the future. They need more power.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, it is what you said. But they basically have to 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah. MacGyver, back to the future and then also what was the other one? Did they say it? Or you said it? Somebody said it was either you made a comment or it was on the show, and I don't know. And then I was like, it's more like Back to the Future with the lightning thing.
Oh, they said Ben Franklin.
Oh, yeah, that's
they
right.
said
O'Neill
the Ben Franklin thing, but
and then
it was really
I said,
the Back to the Future.
It's like Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's more Back to the Future. But it's the same concept.
Yeah.
But I think, isn't that how they figured it out in Back to the Future was also the Ben Franklin? So Ben Franklin is sort of the source.
It is.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but they figure out, well, they got.
I don't think they mentioned Ben Franklin
in Back to the Future, but it is basically that.
Yeah.
1.21 gigawatts. Yeah. So, and then ultimately Daniel gets a lesson from Ernest about obsession, and how it's not worth dying over. Or not worth, because he was stuck there and couldn't share it with anybody. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's
what are you going to, what's the point if you can't even share it?
You're never going to get to share it with somebody. You're better off living another day.
Yeah, I understand him wanting to study it, not wanting it to get ruined. But at the same time, it's like, well, why not live another day and try to find other ways to figure out what it was or
Yeah.
go to other planets, and there's
Yeah,
probably other rooms.
There's probably more. Well, and there's probably other places where you could maybe get that same information or something.
That's what I mean.
Close.
I'm sure that wasn't their only meeting place,
right?
Yeah.
So, but that part where like Jack is like, well, I'm not letting you stay here. He tries to manhandle him and grab him, and like drag him up the stairs. It's kind of like. He's like, but then he's kind of stands there for a second and he like thinks about it and he like, all right, I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just being dramatic right now.
I feel bad for Daniel too, though, because this seems to always be what happens.
Yeah.
When he's in a position to really be able to figure something out, there's always, the structure's always, falling like down around them.
There's some major catastrophe happening.
Right.
Yeah.
It can't just be like a sunny afternoon. Or at least those aren't the missions we get to see.
Okay. The Torment of Tantalus becomes less about monsters or shootouts and more about sacrifice, obsession, loss, love, and the cost of chasing knowledge beyond reason. It's emotional, philosophical, surprisingly funny. It was surprisingly funny.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud a few times.
It was.
And somehow manages to turn space archaeology into a genuine moral dilemma. Plus, it gives us one of the all-time great Stargate concepts, a universal alien language explained by Jack O'Neill with the energy of a man who absolutely did not sign up for homework. Yeah, so they end up being able to take him home, at least,
Yeah.
Sam gets it working with her jumper cables and lightning, and
they're able to get out and
just
barely,
in the nick of time.
Barely, yeah.
It looked like O'Neill coming through the gate, like he was going to get cut in half.
Off, yeah, lose a limb at least,
yeah.
or something. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they kind of really take it down to the wire on that one.
Yeah,
it's why I like jumping through.
Wouldn't be Stargate if it
No,
wasn't down to the wire.
That's so true. But yeah, it was. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, and then I guess and they do have his like diary. They get a lot of
they at least like get his documents and stuff that he kind of kept.
So he at least
that's a lot.
He probably had all that was like glyphs copied and everything in there.
Yeah, because he was a scientist too. So, of course he would be keeping track of everything.
Right. So at least they did get the journal that they could use for further research.
Yeah.
So they have all the glyphs and everything, I'm sure. So yeah. I mean, obviously, like I think they actually end up saying what those other three races are. The other we know Asgard is one of them, but then they do, I think, say down the road at one point too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What the other ones are, and the Goa'uld isn't one of them. It's like
Goa'uld is one of them.
Is not one of them.
Oh, not one of them. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
All
right. So should we do some trivia and goofs?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Go ahead. This one though we've already covered like twice.
Oh, I mean,
Okay.
We can cover it again. You want to do it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Paul McGillian plays the young Ernest Littlefield. He later plays Dr. Carson Beckett on Stargate Atlantis, starting in 2004. Good character. We did cover that.
We did cover that.
Yeah. Beloved character.
Okay, the next one, kind of long. In Greek mythology, it's one of these. Tantalus was a demigod welcomed into Olympus, the home of the gods. He repeatedly misbehaved, most notably when he cooked his son Pelops and tried to serve him as a meal to the gods. Jesus Christ. His punishment was to eternally stand where both food and drink moved to stay just beyond his reach. Hence the word tantalize. In Brief Candle, 2 episodes earlier, Pelops was the Goa'uld who used nanites to accelerate the lifespan of Argosians to run its course in 100 days.
Yeah, so Pelops. We know Pelops.
Pelops sucks.
No, I don't think Pelops. It's Tantalus who sucks, right? Because he's the one who cooked.
Well, it says Pelops. Oh, cooked his son Pelops.
Yeah, Pelops got cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, Pelops sucks too, probably. They, all those Greek gods have a lot of baggage. So, They all suck
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
That's funny though. So this is the first episode where the Stargate is dialed manually. That's another one
Really?
here. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the first one we've seen it where they've done it. I mean, we've talked about manual dialing in the past. But,
What do you mean, like on the DHD or
well,
like
where they
in
actually
the?
have to spin the wheel, and manually
Right.
dial
Oh,
it.
okay, got it. Yeah.
Where you can
That
actually
makes sense. Yeah.
spin it and lock in the chevrons manually.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like doing that Big Price is Right.
Is that
Wheel
in
spin.
the when they're trying to get out, or is that in the film, the 1945 videos?
Well, both, because
Oh.
they were manually dialing it in the old
Right.
film
That's
too,
what I
but
thought.
then they manually dialed it
When they're trying to
when they're
jumpstart
trying
it,
to
kind of a
jumpstart it to
thing.
get out. So
Okay.
they knew it was possible,
Right.
but apparently it still needs that energy somehow. So it can't it needs some kind of thing to power it, even if it doesn't spin.
Well, yeah.
So
For
I guess you
sure.
can't spin a
You
cold
can't just
cage.
spin it. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and it's gonna lock. You have to
Yeah.
have power.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I assumed that if you were just dialing it manually, it would fire up. But I guess it would need energy.
Yeah.
To create a wormhole
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So.
This episode takes place 6 months after the events of Children of the Gods.
So did they say that in there at some point? How do we know that? I don't remember them really mentioning it.
I don't think they really say it. Not that I.
Huh. Okay. Well.
It's just trivia.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're just letting us know.
Yeah. I don't know how you would know that though.
Yeah.
After Children of the Gods, this is the second and final episode of the series to reference General West, the original commander of the Stargate program. So
so they're just not going to mention him anymore.
Yeah. So General West was basically Hammond. He had the Hammond job in the movie.
Okay.
Stargate, 1994.
Right.
So, all right.
All right, next one. In the 1945 flashback, young Littlefield is telling Professor Langford that the Stargate symbols are not a combination lock, but destination symbols. At this point, Langford lights his pipe using a Nimrod pipe lighter. 1945 was 2 years before Ashley Ward Incorporated patented it and put it on the market. By the mid-1960s, about 1 million Nimrods would sell each year. So they had it like 15 years earlier.
Yeah, this guy. So it says here but it was
2 years before they
so it came
patented
out. It came out 2 years later.
But it took about by the mid 1960s they sold
So
about 1 million.
it was patented in 1947, and so it wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah.
That's funny. DVC or the DVD episodes differ somewhat from the broadcast order. We've talked about this. This was the 10th episode broadcast, but episode 9 on volume 3 of the DVD box set. So we're getting closer to in order. So maybe pretty soon they'll start
We won't have to
matching.
read that dumb trivia.
I wonder if hopefully season 2 is in order. Maybe that's a season 1 problem. All right.
This episode contains the first reference to the ancients, who figure significantly into the storylines later in the series, as well as spin-offs Stargate Atlantis and Stargate Universe.
So they don't specifically say ancients, do they? In this episode,
I don't think they do.
There's ancients writing is one of those
in that room.
Yeah. That's the one thing I did notice.
Yeah, same.
So anyway, ancients. They'll be there.
You'll hear that a lot.
Yeah, that becomes they're big.
Yeah. All right, Goose. Go for it.
All right. Oh, okay. Ernest hands Daniel a leather-bound journal that he has kept. He wasn't carrying it or anything else when he originally went through the Stargate, so there was no way to make one where he was. So maybe it was in his pocket.
I mean, it looked like a pretty big planet. I'm sure he wandered and found stuff.
Well, he was able to find food.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
don't think
know.
he was just sitting there the whole time. I think because they ask him, "Are there people here? Are there,
Yeah, which
and
there
he's
weren't.
just like,
but,
no,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'd be exploring.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah, he could have made it.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 50 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do in 50 years.
Yeah.
He's smart.
He's smart. Okay, Catherine Langford mentions that the 1945 Gate experiments were being conducted as a search for a weapon, which indicates that they occurred prior to the use of the atomic bombs against Japan, August 6th and 9th, 1945, and possibly prior to the end of the European War, VE Day, May 8th, 1945. But Ernest Littlefield's journal notes make mention of the United Nations, which didn't exist until October of 1945. As Littlefield would have been on another planet by that time, it is unlikely that he would have known about the UN.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
I would have
a
never known.
history buff
Yeah,
who
yeah,
likes Stargate.
right there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to know. As SG-1 makes a case for Dr. Langford being at the base, Sam enters the room and greets her warmly with a hug, which Catherine accepts eagerly. This seems like a mistake because until this episode, neither woman has met each other before. However, later in the series in 1969, in the 1969 episode, which is it's a title of the episode 1969.
Yeah, that's a good episode.
SG-1 goes back in time and Sam and Daniel meet with Catherine in New York. So either, like you said, they've met because she'd been studying the Stargate for a long time. She does talk about that, or this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not a big deal.
I don't think it's really a goof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really
because I think we had a very good theory.
Yeah, it's a good note. It's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like this is like we're talking actual history here. It's all made up anyway.
Yeah. Last one. As Sam hadn't gone back in time at this point, she wouldn't have met Dr. Langford yet, but Dr. Langford would recognize Sam. It's not likely that Sam would greet someone she's had met before, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I think it's just she must have met her through the Stargate program.
Yeah, one way or another.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think so.
It's fine.
They knew.
They're pals.
Yeah, it's not that much of a goof.
Okay. After the rocks have fallen down from the Stargate, Jack touches one
there's
of them.
more? I thought that was the last one.
revealing that it's fake.
Sorry, what?
So after the rocks have fallen down in front of the Stargate, Jack touches one of them, revealing that it's fake.
Oh, was it a sponge? Was it a sponge rock?
Was it a sponge rock?
I don't know. I didn't notice.
I didn't either. Okay. Two more.
3 pieces of equipment noticed in the opening sequence were much newer than the 1945 date depicted. They are 1, a Sprague TO6A capacitor checker, and 2 and 3 Heathkit IT11 capacitor. Why am I keep getting these ones? Checker and a Heathkit IT28 capacitor checker. All these date after 1960 to 1970.
Oh.
Oh, well, I don't care.
That's so funny that someone is paying it. I mean, clearly, I don't know if this is like a patent.
I would never
clerk
notice that ever.
or just a history major.
Yeah,
buff
could just be a
person
history buff
that knows this stuff. It's so funny though. Okay, last one. Dr. Jackson mentions that he can tell that the holograms of the elements are particular elements because of the number of electrons determines the element. The number of protons determine the element. The number of electrons change if the number of electrons can change if the atoms of the material are ionized, gain or lose electrons. First of all, let me apologize. I'm not reading this very well, but hey, in all fairness, okay. However, let's just out of respect for whoever wrote this out, let's just finish it. However, in unionized atoms, the number of electrons is the same as the number of protons. To be fair, Jackson is not a physicist or a chemist. Neither are we.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Okay. So anyway, all that gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook?
Yeah, gobbledygook is science. All that science gobbledygook is for scientists who are way smarter than us to understand. Okay, let's get down to indeed count.
Once again, I thought it was coming.
It's coming, but it's not here yet.
Yeah.
So
0.
0.
0.
We get, so for crying out loud, we get 1 in this episode.
Yes.
1 in this episode. So that brings us to a series total of 11.5.
Does he say that when he's coming out naked? Or is it later on in the
I think he
episode?
does. I think he does.
For
I think
crying
it's.
out loud.
I think he's kind of standing up there in the background. He sees the naked guy and he's like, "Oh, for crying out loud!" It's not like a for crying.
We could be wrong
loud.
though. It could have been a little later in the episode.
No, I actually think that's
think it
when
was.
it was. Yeah, but yeah, we could be wrong, but I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. Okay, don't hold us to that. We just watched it, So
yeah.
not so special effects. Did you see anything in this that you felt like was kind of not so
Well,
special?
Like that wasn't like
Like bad special effects, maybe.
oh, I'm thinking of the next episode, but
yeah.
kind of when they would do the shot of like the castle
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
look great.
Yeah, like a matte painting, maybe.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I
But it wasn't
actually
bad.
felt like this one was
you
pretty
still
good.
kind of it wasn't bad.
I didn't really. There wasn't anything glaringly bad,
Right,
In
yeah.
this for me.
Yeah,
but
the set was cool,
Yeah.
with them in the castle.
Yeah.
It matched what was their
I mean,
matte painting or whatever it
and-
was.
And I didn't catch the spongy rock
Yeah, I didn't either.
thing, so
Mm-mm.
that could have counted.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't. It didn't get it for me. So, all right. Well, okay. How about Chevron rating? What would you Chevron rate this?
Ooh, this is a good one. I'll say 8 on this one.
I'm giving it an 8 too.
Yeah,
I'm giving this one an 8. And
it's a fun one.
Yeah.
A lot of
All right.
info, and it was just good all around. The story
good
and
all
everything.
around. Very
Mhm.
engaging.
Mhm. Yeah,
Good story.
that's the word I was looking for. Engaging.
Engaging.
This is engaging.
All right. So, line of the episode.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, sure. So line of the episode and the title of the episode is by Jack O'Neill, and he says, "Step away from the pedestal, Daniel."
Which was such a weird line
I
for
know.
that part, but it made us laugh.
Yeah.
Step away from the pet, like
Step
he's
away from the pedestal,
like he's
Daniel.
like he's just,
like he's gonna
like he's
fall
got a
off the edge
bomb
of
or
a cliff or
something,
something. Yeah,
or he's,
yeah.
It was just funny. It was really weird. So, all right. But yeah,
That's
it was a
it.
good episode.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it.
Let us know what you thought.
Yeah, thoughts. Like, subscribe, anything. We love it. You people out there if you got this far, thank you for listening or watching. A couple people are watching, and so that makes us
Yeah, we
happy,
appreciate it.
If you have any suggestions or comments, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah,
Any way
for
we
sure.
can improve this.
Yeah.
we'd be.
I'd love to know too if this is like your first time watching Stargate.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting for you.
All right.
By the way, Mike, Jenae, we didn't say that in the beginning.
Yeah, we did.
No.
Did we not?
No.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, you know what? We didn't. All right. Well,
It's all right.
my name is Mike,
My name's Jenae.
and
Thank you
yeah.
for watching
Thank you
and
for
listening.
So yeah, join us for the next episode, which is Bloodlines, and yeah. Until next time, keep solving for X.
Thanks.